I wanted to say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let us begin this transmission on the art of art. Now, there is an art to talking about the art of art. The idea, of course, on your planet is that you have expressed yourself in a variety of creative ways. And much that is created, when shared with your public, is considered what you call art. In that, it evokes a mood, ideas, allows people to engage in an expression of the artist that is representative not only of the individual artist that has created the piece in whatever form it may come, painting, sculpture, drawing, writing, music, doesn't matter, but also, of course, is an expression of the time in which it is created and also of the collective consciousness of the society in which it is created. So art, as many of you already know, is quite subjective and is capable of evoking many different kinds of reactions, reflections, moods, ideas within different individuals, because first and foremost, art is a mirror. And whether or not they may know it, those that look upon or listen to or receive in whatever form the artistic expression are bringing to it their own subjective point of view, their beliefs, their ideas, their feelings, their moods, attitudes, energies, and are getting a reflection from that mirror back to themselves, an opportunity to investigate why they react or respond the way they do. What does the art mean to the one looking at it? How does it put you in touch with either other aspects of your own consciousness or other aspects of the consciousness and expressions of the society in which you live? What does it inspire within you to express from yourself, to share with others, to converse, to discuss? Art, in that sense, allows you to investigate aspects of your being that you may actually be unconscious of and bring them to the forefront by looking at your response, your reaction to what you are experiencing, and also allow you to create a response, a creative response in some way, shape, or form. That would be the inspiration part. But first and foremost, the idea is that art, even though it may seem to be very passive in that you're just looking or listening at whatever the piece of art is actually quite active because it activates certain things within each individual that participates, that is willing to open up and discover more of themselves by looking in that mirror as it has been presented to them by the artist, so that you gain, as we said, not only insight into the artist, into the society, into the timing, but also into yourself. And ideally, allow that, when it bounces around inside you, the ideas, the feelings, the moods that it engenders and inspires within you, to let it out in an expression of equal artistry, equal creativity in some way, shape, or form, so that it doesn't just remain a passive event, so that you are inspired to express the art within yourself in whatever way it may be relevant for you. So today, we are going to discuss some things, some permission slips, if you are willing to play, willing to participate, that you can, in your own way, in your own time, take it upon yourselves to do, to express. It doesn't matter whether you ever have before drawn, sculpted, wrote a poem, wrote music, wrote any kind of idea that would be considered art. Now is an opportunity for you to just allow yourselves to go through the expression and see what comes out of you, because there may be many things hiding within you that your beliefs, may be not allowing you to see, that may be invisible to you, and that when you begin to really start exploring the artist within you, you may find that there are quite a few surprises within yourself that you may discover, that you may realize that you didn't even know who you really were. So in this, we start with this suggestion. Allow yourself, when convenient for you, to stand in front of a mirror and just gaze at yourself for a moment. And first and foremost, understand no matter what your form, your shape, your appearance, allow yourself a moment, at least a moment. I understand sometimes this may be an uncomfortable thing for many of you, but at least for a moment, appreciate the artistry of your being. Whether it be just the physical form, whether it be the look in your eyes, the expression on your face, just appreciate what you're seeing, what you are being given as a reflection, because it will be an opportunity for you to begin to understand the uniqueness that each of you is, and thus the artist that each of you is. And we say that because for a long time in your society, most of you have been taught to believe that you had nothing at all to do with the way you are, with the way you look, with the way you appear. But you are the artist of yourself. We have said before, and we will say now again, that because you are really all in your natural state, in spirit, and that physical reality is in a sense just a projection or a dream, you are in fact channeling these personalities into physical reality. So you are channeling yourself all the time. You are inventing yourself all the time, projecting this artificial construct, this piece of art you call your body, your personality, your idea, your identity of yourself all the time, and you're bringing that into being. And that is an artistic act. You know what you're doing, and you may sometimes wonder why you did it the way you did. But when you really start taking a good, deep look at yourselves and understand what your true theme of exploration is, what your true aligned path really is, you can begin in looking at your reflection to start really appreciating why you project yourself the way that you do. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't change the idea of how you project yourself, both in personality and in form. It's up to you, because again, physical reality isn't really solid. You have the opportunity to understand that you can, as you already know, change over time, but those changes can also happen more rapidly, more quickly, if you wish, in the sense of picking up the brush, the artistic brush of energy, of spirit, and painting a new picture of yourself. So in beginning, to look at yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself as you are in the way that you have now artistically created yourself to be, for whatever purposes you did that, to bring yourself to this point of looking at yourself in the mirror. Imagine now that you take up a spiritual brush, and not because of fear, not because of shame, not because of anything negative. Just start to look at yourself and start to realize how much more you are within, and how much more of that which is within can be projected without, on the outside. And take that brush and in your imagination, start to look at the reflection in the mirror as a painting. And start to make a brush stroke here, make a brush stroke there, little dab of color here, little dab of color there, and start to create in your imagination something that you believe is an image in the mirror on this canvas, this reflective canvas, that is now much more representative of the being you prefer to be when you know yourself to be in total alignment, in joy, in happiness, in ecstasy, in passion. Let that spirit come forth. Let it project itself on to the idea of your body, because it is just a projection, just an idea, and start to paint a new picture of yourself. If you wish it to be a sculpture, you can do that too, and start chiseling this and chiseling that a little bit here and there. If you wish to do it through the idea of music and vibration, you can see vibrations making changes in your form here and there as you imbue those frequencies onto the body that you see in the reflective painting. If you wish to write, if that is your forte of artistic expression, you can write a new idea of yourself and say, well, the eyes are a little bit now brighter. The nose looks a little more like this because it is an expression of the fact that I can take in more air and breathe more easily. Any which way you wish to do this, any which way you wish to be the artist is up to you, whatever works for you in this permission slip. But paint or draw or feel a new picture, a new being, and really start to use your imagination to see that overlay, however it is you choose to form it. And understand that you are the artist. You are the creator of your reality in this way. Even if you have never done anything artistic in your life or that you think is not artistic, again, remember, you are artists all the time because you are creating your personality. You are creating this idea of your physical reality. You are magnificent artists, all of you, and it is time to give expression to that in the outer world, to be free enough to allow yourself to be seen in that artistic way, in whatever form makes sense to you, in whatever form is relevant for you. And once you have done that, and you can do it as often as you wish, you can do it in the morning, you can do it in the afternoon, you can do it in the evening, it's up to you. You can do it once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, up to you. Allow yourself then to go out in the world with that new image, that new painting, that new sculpture, that new vibration, that new appearance, that new understanding, that new creative, artistic expression of yourself, with your imagination fully open and willing and allowing to let in the new things that will now be representative of the new artistic expression that you are. Because that will become part of the new landscape, the new painting, the new sculpture, the new background, the new environment that you will start to experience when you walk through life in a creative and artistic way. As you walk down your street, you can do the same thing. You will find your imagination opening up. Paint the world in the way that you prefer to see it. Have that brush with you all the time, that chisel with you all the time, that music with you, that pen with you all the time. And as you go through life and you see things here that are out of alignment, allow yourself to start painting it in a new way. Paint it with brighter colors. Paint it in a peaceful setting. Allow yourself to really start projecting that energy in a very artistic way onto things and see the world as your canvas, because it is. It is just a reflective mirror. It is just a canvas, and you can paint it in whatever way, shape, or form you so prefer. We are not in any way, shape, or form talking about being naive in the sense of not seeing what's there. We are talking about the idea of understanding that every single moment you are, in fact, painting a new picture. And you can now start to break the continuity, because art is timeless, and art can present itself in any kind of structure. It doesn't have to follow the rules of time and space in a normal or typical way. And neither do you over time, over space. You will see these things become more fluid in your reality through this methodology of artistic expression and painting the world in a new light. And allow it to break the continuity within you so that you can see more reflections coming back to you of the artistic expression of yourself that you're putting forward. And allow others to see you as a work of art, as you see them as a work of art, so that they can be inspired in seeing your work of art and you can be inspired in seeing theirs, so that the whole world can become one gigantic, reflective art experience. Creativity will begin to explode from your imagination, explode through your eyes, explode through your fingertips, explode from your heart. You will see more colors. You will see more deeply. You will understand the meaning and symbols and archetypes that are presented to you. You will begin to see the world as a piece of art. You will see the meaning behind it that the collective consciousness has given, and you will be able to also change that for yourself if it is relevant for you to do so. You can also allow your imagination to give you more permission slips and more permission to be more artistic in all the things that you choose to do that are representative of your passion. As we have said, allow yourself to do it. Not only the thing that excites you, but the way it excites you, with whom it excites you, where it excites you, how it excites you. And bring it together, all the colors on your palette, and blend them in a way that is pleasing to you, that is representative of the painting that you wish to see, of the sculpture you wish to see, of the artistic expression you wish to be. You can do this. You all have this capacity, as we have already explained. You're doing it all the time. Allow yourself the opportunity to really experience the artistry that all of you contain. Your world will become far more magical, and you will start to see things in a whole new light, and you will start to receive things in a whole new light. Do you feel you can do this? Is it exciting for you to do something like this? Are there any artists in the room? All right. Now, here's a couple of other suggestions for you. Couple of other permission slips. Allow your artistic imagination to alter them however you wish. Take a cube. It can be a cube of wood, cube of any material, but a 6-sided cube. On one face, put a mirror for the reasons that we just explained in the permission slip we just described. On another face, put a photograph of yourself at a younger age, if you have one. If you don't, draw something that's representative. On another face, a photo of yourself, say halfway through your life, up to this point. On another, a photo of yourself as you exist, or believe yourself to exist right now. On another face of the cube, draw an empty shape that is representative of you and put a question mark in it. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th face, allow yourself to simply paint that entire face in your favorite color. That's all you have to do. Now, allow yourself to start with the image of just the outline and the question mark, and just look at it as representative of a blank. You don't really know what you are. There's not really a reflection here. There's a mystery here about who you really are, what you really are. There's a curiosity to know deeply who you really are, what you really are as a being, as a persona. Then go to the picture of you or the drawing of you in your youth and see where you believe you started. Gaze at it for a few minutes if you wish. Few seconds, doesn't matter, but get a good sense of that child looking back at you. Then go to the one that is in the middle of the child and where you are now. Do the same thing, just engage it, look at it, feel it. If there are memories that come with it, that's fine. But just absorb what you're being given as you look at this reflection. Then go to the one where you are now, look at it, engage it, stay with it a moment, learn from it if that's what happens. Then go to the mirror and look at yourself as you believe yourself to be in that reflection, at that moment. Then flip it over and look at your favorite color. Now go back to the mirror, see if anything has changed, and go backwards through your present photo, to the middle photo, to the young photo, to the face with the question mark. And then go forwards, through the same thing again, and backwards, and forwards. 3 times do this. And see if, when you wind up looking at your reflection in the mirror at the end, if you don't see something new in your eyes, something new in your gaze, something that wasn't there before that is now peeking out at you, a hidden part of you, a new idea of you, a new angle, a new perspective, a hint of someone there that is more than you consider yourself to be, a promise of something bigger, something grander, something creative and expressive, loving and passionate about life, about being the artistic expression that you are. Do this and play with it. See what happens. Sometimes you may find that something subtle will happen. Sometimes you may actually be startled and see that something quite different is looking back at you from the mirror. Play with it. See what happens. Have fun with it. All right? All right. Be the art of art itself. For you are created to be the creator. So create. Consciously create. Give over to that flow from yourself. It is most exhilarating, most rewarding, most revealing. And it will take you to a new level of your being. We thank you for allowing us to share this with you this day. In return for the gift that you are giving us, in allowing us to experience all of you, I ask now in return, in what way may we be of service to you? You may begin with your questions and dialogue if you wish.